So that when we look at all of this, how is it that we bring it together? So for that far and future and all the impacts that might be happening elsewhere in the world, what does that mean for your strategies here today? How do you start to think about the world and your place in it? How do you think about those potentials and where the world is headed and what your future is? Because you're in that world and you're in that future. And we need to then go into how do we accommodate it. And as I had mentioned, the limiting factor is us, the other agent and domain of change. We will only accept change to the degree that we can make sense of it. So that when we do talk about stem cell debate, for instance, another one of these pressures, new technologies and capabilities, how do we live with that? And then we duke it out for a while. Migratory pressures, how do we know who we are, sense of identity with that? And we duke it out for a while. And that's what governance is all about. Governance, and this is just an aside, my personal opinion, when we look to our political leaders to lead change, we call them leaders, and to me that seems a little bit like backward, because in this country anyway, and I think in general, government is designed to be reactive. Change comes from under. Change comes from the people who harness it and move with it. Change comes most often in society from social movements, for those people who begin to reconcile and see and adopt things and say, oh, this is a new reality. And then we start to shift our rules. And we can do that with markets as well, and our markets are expanding, as you know. How do we go expansively global and hyperlocal at the same time? And that really is one of the critical challenges that every business has to answer. As we did in the beginning, when you said yes, and you said no, and then you said, how do you do? Every single person, these are your resources. Because every person represents just a host and a world of opportunity that exists in front of you, but that you do not yet know. And you do have access to it.